So we got the bean head put back together. Got a sickle from John Deere first thing this morning and got that all put back in. And today we're doing custom work all day. We've got almost an hour's drive with the combine and grain cart and semi and head cart to get down to where we're going to be cutting first thing this morning. And then we got to drive back up really close to the home farm and finish some beans for a guy tonight. So come along for the ride. So I'm sitting in the combine waiting to turn out the driveway to the right, and here's the semi sitting in the driveway, but oh, never mind, he moved it to the right. So I had to go chase this guy down and explain to him that we were trying to go that direction because what he was doing, the semi was going to be sitting there for an awful long time and there was no way we could get by him. I just look forward to coming down here every year. We are down at Lakota Hay Company, where they have got beans planted on a field that was alfalfa a few years ago. And this place is just so beautiful to look at. It's almost like a totally different part of the world. There's lots of pasture land, lots of trees. The Wapsipinicon River is right back there behind those trees in the distance. This place is just beautiful. It's just so nice to have such good scenery to look at when you look out the window of the combine or the tractor or the semi, for instance, which is what I'm in today. You'll be riding along with me in the semi on the way to the elevator to dump beans. Well, here we are at Innovative Ag Services, the local elevator that we sell these beans to. I'm going to head up the hill here and park on the scale. We're going to weigh this load of beans and find out how many bushels I have. Also, you may notice that big yellow arm sticking out the front of the office. That's called the probe. They stick that right down into the trailer and suck some beans out, and it puts the beans right through the hose inside the office, so that they can run them through a moisture tester and check them for damage. I'm sitting on the scale right now. This fellow pulling out of the tunnel with the tractor has just dumped his load, and as soon as I get out of the way, he's going to get on the scale and get an empty weight. Today we'll be dumping outside as opposed to inside that tunnel that's just up the hill ahead of us. Many people prefer the outside dump, including myself. It holds a lot of grain underground, so you can get away from it pretty fast. Just checking my mirror to make sure I'm stopping in the right spot. You want to stop with your hopper right over the dump grate. Grab your handle and open the door. Like I said, this outside dump will take the beans away pretty fast. It's going to take them way up in the air into an elevator and then down into a bin. And then we go get an empty weight and head back to the field for more beans. Now, lucky man that I am, when I showed back up at the field, there was my wife with a frosted lemonade from Chick-fil-A just for me. And, of course, I screwed up the picture, so we had to take it again. And let's just say these waffle fries and this chicken nugget never made it home to the cats. Well, I've never been so happy to be back home. I was driving the combine back from Lakota Hay, and heard from a friend on the phone about a bad combine automobile accident just north of Winthrop on a bridge that we were going to cross on our way home. So we rerouted around, dealt with a lot of reroute traffic. Man, it's just so scary, though. I hope everybody ends up being okay, but it sounds pretty bad from what I heard. We got started cutting these beans about 7 o'clock, 7:15. The owner of the field hopped in the combine with me and said, "Hey, I want to ride with you for the start here to show you where the tile holes are. I don't want you to get stuck." And we got stuck. So I felt pretty bad. My boss had to come pull me out with the big red tractor. He missed his son's band concert because we got stuck, but these things happen sometimes. Well, we just invested in a brand new tow rope this year, and I'm really glad we did. It's a big, heavy-duty, 3-inch diameter, 100,000-pound braking strength tow rope, and it made quick work out of getting that combine out of the ground. Anyway, we cut this field in half, and we're just going to work on the west half of it tonight, where we are pretty certain that there's nothing to cause us any trouble. And then tomorrow in the daylight, we'll go back and cut around the other side of it and try to figure out where we're going to be able to go without getting buried again. We may actually have to leave some of this until after we get the ground frozen so that we can get over it without getting stuck, but we'll see tomorrow. We were stuck last night about 7 o'clock, and we're stuck again now. I'm waiting for the tow tractor to show up to pull us out. There seems to be some tile problems, and the weird thing is it's just not wet on top. You can't see where you're gonna get stuck. You just all of a sudden fall in and you're stuck. As you can see here, there was absolutely no warning. We didn't make a track before we fell in. It's just weird. Well, it might be dry on top, but it's not dry underneath. Look, we got water coming up between the tires. Well, here comes Jeremy in the big Case 340 Magnum to rescue the combine again. It didn't take much pulling to get it out, and we were back in business. We just decided we were gonna have to leave a fair amount of beans uncut until the ground freezes. So we'll be back in this field to do about 4 acres whenever we get a chance. Here's the map right here of what we were able to do and what we were not, and you can see the spots we were not able to do is where the trees used to be that got buried over the winter time. So this is what happens sometimes when you get into a new farm that you've never been on, but we will get her done eventually.